do this. I don't know. Okay, well, oh, okay, cool. This makes sense now. Okay, so hi guys. I'm Kate. This is Elisa. She's my bestie from college. And we wanted to get together to just kind of show you that you don't need $100 million to look as ugly as us without makeup and as beautiful as we look with makeup on. So we wanted to do this video because we just want to be like realistic. I typically use like high-end products, not like all the time, but a lot of the products that I use are high-end. And that's just like not realistic for somebody if they don't care about makeup or if they don't care about spending a lot of money on makeup, which, let's be real, a lot of people don't. So that's why I personally wanted to do this video. Elisa also wanted to do it. Elisa, say something.
Hello. I do more gory stuff usually, special effects makeup, so beauty makeup's not usually my go-to, but when I do, like getting ready in the morning or just getting ready for some big event, I usually don't want to drop $70 on a Too Faced palette or something from Sephora that's just gonna break the bank. So I go to Dollar Tree and Walmart and I spend like at most $6 on an eyeliner. So we're gonna show you how to use things that are really cheap and easy to find and make yourself look more naturally beautiful.
Yeah, and like Elisa was saying, like $70 for a palette. I was just in, where was I? Ulta, and there's this, I think it's an Urban Decay palette that I really wanted. It's like $42, and I was like, heck no, like I'm not dropping that. And it's funny because this palette that I actually, so I'll be honest, I went to Walmart today to buy some stuff for this because, like I said, like I'll use a lot of like higher end stuff. So I went to Walmart and I got this palette. It's called the L'Oreal like La Palette Nude, I don't know. And honestly, a lot of these colors that are in there were in that palette that I really wanted from Urban Decay. So this is just going to show you that you don't have to have a lot of money to like look good, and that's basically what we're gonna do. So let's get started. So we were just kind of talking before we hopped on here about like what our normal routine is and like what kind of things we use. And Elisa definitely uses like way less than I do. I think I just have watched way too many like beauty videos and I'm just extra, and you know, I don't know. But so I'm actually gonna put on foundation first. Elisa doesn't use foundation normally, she said, but she does do her under eyes, and that's the next thing I do. So I'm gonna put on foundation before she does, and I'm just using this CoverGirl True Blend. It's an L3. I'm assuming that L means light. This isn't that bad, and I've used like some like NARS foundation, and it's actually really the only difference that I've found is the coverage. Like if I use CoverGirl, it's just like thinner. It's more like watery, which is fine, honestly, because for me, I don't really have like a lot of acne, so I don't typically like need something that's really thick for my face. So I'm just using that foundation and this like blending sponge, and notice how I'm rubbing against my face, which is actually a big no-no because it's a blending sponge. You're really supposed to just like push it into your skin, but I don't really care because this is what I realistically do every day. And that's what this video is all about. It's about being like realistic. So I'm just putting a little bit of that on my face, and that's my foundation. And there we go. So there's that. So then this is what the next thing that we do. So we put on concealer under our eyes. I use this, it's like worn out now, but I use Maybelline Fit Me. I just bought a new one. And I use it in a way lighter shade. I think this is for fair. So that's what I'm using.
Let's see, this is for light glow, and this is e.l.f. It is a highlighter and under eye concealer duo. I think it's like $3 at Walmart. And I just use the concealer part and I just go underneath my eyes right here. And you can use a brush, but sometimes I actually just use the corners like my pinkies or my middle finger, and just blend it.
So I actually do the same thing. I just use my ring finger after I put it on and kind of do that, and then I pick up my blending sponge. Normally I just like dab it in a little more to like blend it a little more. And the only step that I take that Elisa doesn't is this step that I learned from the Kardashians. Surprise, surprise, if you know me. It's called baking. I just take a translucent powder. This is something also that you can get at Walmart, air spun. And you can use a brush or not. I'm not going to use a brush. I just use whatever was inside there. And I tap it, put a little bit on top of the concealer, and I try to do it while the concealer is a little wet. And I let it bake. So basically baking is just letting this powder like heat up on your skin, and it's more likely to stick. So I'm going to let this stay for a little bit, and Elisa's going to continue with what she does next.
So then I take the other side of this e.l.f. concealer highlighter, and I just use the highlighter part, and I just dab a little bit underneath my eyebrows. And then I would just take my pinky and just kind of blend that, just to kind of show off your eyebrow a little bit, and I don't know, make your eye not look like a pit.
This is probably done baking, so I'm going to take this big brush and just kind of like wipe off any part that didn't like meld into my skin. Yeah, so what do you do next normally?
Next I would do my eyeshadow, whatever eyeshadow I have, or I usually start in the corners of my eyes with some white. And if I don't have a really pigmented white, which I don't have with me right now, I will use this NYC, the cream eyeshadow pencil.
Izzy, get out of here.
And I just like to put it in the corners of my eyes.
Elisa, as he came in here, we knew she would. My cat, that is annoying, definitely is annoying. We're just going to say that.
So I just like to have a little white in the corner. I heard that it makes you look more awake, which is great for college kids, but yeah. I don't know. I just think it makes your eyes pop a little bit more.
Yeah, actually, if you look at most video tutorials, they always put, like, normally they'll always put some kind of a lighter color if it's not just white.
And it's usually this pencil that I found that a lot of makeup artists swear by, so. Yeah,
so like if they don't use the white, you'll see when I actually do mine, I will typically put like a lighter, if I'm doing browns, I'll put a lighter brown on. But, so I'm just going to jump in real quick, Elisa, and do my brows before, because that the next thing I do will do my, my eyes. So when I do my brows, literally all I do is I take this thing, I can't really see in here, so I'm going to use my mirror, but I just go like right in. And I just have a lot of space on this eyebrow because of my youth, and it just didn't grow back right. So I just do that, like inside where that is dark or like patchy, and I just fill it in to be a little bit darker. See, nothing crazy, literally nothing crazy. And then I just take the other end of this brush and just smooth it out so that it like blends in and doesn't look like I just use a pencil. Voila, literally nothing like fancy. So I'm just gonna do my corners really quick. If you haven't invested in makeup brushes, I definitely recommend at least using eyeshadow brushes and buying like, you can buy like a cheap, what is it called? It's whatever this is. They sell it at Walmart. Eco Tools or something like that, I think is what it's called. Literally just invest in these like cheap brushes. Because,
I mean, e.l.f. also sells cheap brushes.
I think they're like $1. Yeah, they're like $1. So you don't need anything fancy. But this like sponge does not really do anything for your eyeshadow. If you put eyeshadow on with this, like, yeah, you're whatever. It doesn't really do anything for you. It's not going to give you the look that you want. It's not going to get you like to blend. It's not going to get any of that. So this palette came with like a double-ended one, so I'm actually going to try out this brush, but I have invested in these kinds of brushes before. I'm just saying, like, I recommend that you would invest in that. And I'm going to use this color that's like lighter. So she used white for hers, but like I said, you don't always have to use white. This is just like a nude, like a lighter color. It's almost like a nudie, like, I don't know. And I'm just going to go right on the corner of my eyes, just like Elisa did. This brush isn't that bad. It's a little small, but it's not that bad. So I guess I would recommend this brush and this palette for you all. If you hear me heavily breathing, I'm sorry. I took Roman to this like kids museum yesterday. My mistake, because I'm clearly sick now, and hopefully he doesn't get sick. So, all right, Elisa, let's move on. I'm talking too much.
All right, so we're just gonna move basically from the corners out with eyeshadow, and we're pretty much just doing light to dark. Like, just want a nice gradient, and I typically try to like color coordinate with whatever I'm wearing, which today is just a white shirt and some peach, so maybe I'll toss a little peach in there, but I'm just gonna get something light, more white from that corner, and then I would just maybe work to like a nude color, then maybe a peach, and then like a darker peachy, maybe maroon, maybe a little tan, and then I don't really do anything crazy, I just put some eyeliner on it. I have, my lightest white right now is this LA Colors. I think this is a Dollar Tree brand.
I think so.
So
yeah.
it's literally $1. It's called Wine and Roses. And I'm just going to use one of these eyeshadow brushes that I bought for like $1. And I'm just going to put some on here. And then just go from the corner and do like a third of my eye. And you're just pretty much putting product on, because the last part is blending everything. So it might not look amazing because it might be really bold, but then when you blend it all together, it looks fine. Okay, so my next color, I want to just keep going with like peaches and stuff. So this is probably the most expensive palette I bought, and it's from Walmart, and it's a hard candy palette. And it's maybe, if I was feeling adventurous, like $15. And like, it's just got really nice colors in it. And it has really nice brushes in it too, which is a plus. So I'm just gonna use probably this sandy color and just go from the white and just bring that over into the middle of my eye. And then next, I think I'm gonna go like 2 shades darker to this kind of blush color. And I'm gonna do that in the third section of my eye. And then some people put stuff in the crease. I usually just do in the corner of my eye, and then you can kind of push it a little bit. I don't usually go all the way into my crease because I think at the end of the day, it's just gonna get smudged up into your eye, and then it just looks meh. So
Don't be smack talking the crease, because that's what I'm gonna do.
So I have this little rounder elf brush, and I'm gonna add a little sparkle. I'm gonna use this like sparkly peachy color over here, and I'm just gonna put that in the corner and just kind of work it into the crease slightly. And then I would just finish it off with some eyeliner, which I use a Wet n Wild Meg Liner, a liquid liner. I've tried the e.l.f. liquid liner, it just kind of is too watery. So this stuff's nice, it's a little thicker, and just start.
Hopefully you can see.
I know.
It's kind of hard.
I'm just gonna do it. I don't start all the way in the corner out. I do halfway in my eye. Like I start where your pupil is and then just out. And not a crazy wing or anything, just kind of enhances your lashes, and it just kind of follows the natural curve of your eye. It kind of makes your eyes kind of go outward like this.
Elisa's got the wing down. I cannot wing eyeliner to save my life. All right, am I stepping forward here?
Yeah, that's most of my eye.
Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of do something very similar to Elisa. I'm gonna start with like a flat brush. And like I said, this color palette is really good because it's like, I don't know, like all those colors just look great, don't they? So I start with a matte color on my eyelid, and I don't start from the crease. The only difference, well, I guess I do kind of, but I go across the whole eyelid. So I do like a whole matte eyelid. And for that, I used this third color over. It's like a medium light brown. So I'm just gonna kind of like make sure that that looks evenly dark on both sides. Then the next thing I do is I take the same brush. You can turn it over if you want. I cleaned my brushes last night. Normally they're disgusting. So, but yeah, so I'm just going to use the same brush and turn it over. And then I'm going to pick a color that has like a little shimmer to it. So I think I'm going to pick this color right here because it's just a little darker, but it's still just light enough that it's not going to be overpowering on my face. So I'm going to pick that. And the only place I'm going to apply this is like right in the middle of my eyelid. So I'm only going to apply it like right here. And this is definitely going to look ridiculous to you when you look in the mirror. You're going to be like, what? But it all works out in the end. Okay, so there's that. And then I'm going to take the same exact color that I just used, and I'm going to take just like a fluffier brush, use a little bit more, and this smack talker over here about the crease, I'm going to put mine right in the crease, and I'm going to go all the way around. But I'm going to focus more like on the outside of the crease. Put a little color there. And then I'm going to take one more brush. I know if you don't have all these brushes, that's kind of annoying, but you could really use the same brush and just kind of like wipe it off on your hands or something. So like that looks a little ridiculous, right? Like what is going on? But once I blend, and you blend from the outside or inside out, once I start blending it, it looks so much better, and it like doesn't look as crazy anymore. And here's just like a, like, look at that. Like, look at this eye compared to that eye. That's really the power of blending right there. Just do that to both of your eyes. Okay, so that's just my top shadow. And then I don't use eyeliner, so I use like a thinner brush. I know, guys, one more brush. I'm sorry. Let's see if I can find it. But all of these brushes you can find at Walmart. So you can literally get like the set of them and just use that. Okay, so I don't use an eyeliner, like I said. I just use like a brush like this, and I will use like one of the darker colors on my palette, depending on the look I'm going for. Like if it's at night, I'll usually use like a sparkly color. If it's daytime, like right now, I'm not going to use a sparkly color. I'm going to use just like this, the darkest matte color I can find, so I'm going to use this one. And I just go like right underneath my eyelid, or my eyelashes, I'm sorry, like on my lash line on the bottom. And I'll do it on the other side. Oh wait, I don't even think I use the darkest color. I'm dumb. It's fine. See, that side's the darkest color. Okay. And then I'll do the same thing like on my top, just like on my lash line, because I just want to like make my eyelashes look longer, because I have really ugly eyelashes that are like short.
Now, I don't usually do stuff on my waterline because I wear contacts, and I find that sometimes it bugs me. Like some people put eyeliner, like the pencil, and they will just go crazy on that waterline. But it might just be my eyes are more sensitive, and I have contacts, so the product will get on them. But I just skip that.
Yeah, and another thing though too is that a lot of times eyeliner makes your eyes look smaller. It doesn't really do much for your eyes. That's why I stopped wearing it actually. So when you put on the bottom of your eyes, like, unless that's the look that you're going for, and I'm just like blending these, just so you know guys. Unless that's the look for you're going for, like I wanted like something darker, I won't even sometimes put it on the bottom. So that's it for my eyes. Except for mascara, which I'll do. Do you want to do, what are you gonna put blush on, or are you done?
I'm not gonna do blush because, like, you can see now my face gets red. Like, I just have very red pink cheeks, and like if you're going out and drinking and stuff, some people like myself, it just gets even more red. And so if you put blush on, it's just gonna be overkill. So I don't even wear blush half the time. So
I did buy like this Wet n Wild. I wanted to go like real cheap with the blush because I don't actually use blush really that much either. But I really liked this one. I liked the colors and I liked that it was ombre. So I'm just going to put a little bit on for myself. And I'm just going to use like one of these Eco Tools brush. I think this is actually a foundation brush, but I use it for blush. Just kind of wipe it on there and then I just kind of sweep it across. I don't put a lot on. And then I'm also going to do a step that Elisa didn't do. You weren't going to do highlighter, were you?
No, I don't think so.
I like adore highlighter. Like, it's my favorite thing that I've ever found in makeup. I just always get compliments on my face looking so glowy when I wear highlighter. To be honest with you, I have not used a drugstore highlighter before. I've only ever used ones that I've picked up either from like makeup subscription boxes that I've used or things like that. So this is the first time I'm trying this, but this is the L'Oreal Lumi Glow Nude palette, and this is in Moon Kissed. I debated between Sun Kissed and Moon Kissed, but this has a muted mauve that I really thought was beautiful. So that's why I picked this one, and it stood out to me, so that's why. So normally people would use like a really thin brush that you can make one pretty much by using a brush like this and taking a bobby pin and like rubbing it across. But I found that a brush like this just works fine if you just don't put a lot on. So I'm just going to use like a little bit of this color that I thought was so pretty, put it on my brush, and then I just go like right on my nose, up the bridge of my nose, and then on the top of my forehead, like right there. See how you can kind of see like the lights picking it up a lot more? And then just like right there. Anywhere, the best way to tell where to put a highlighter is when you're standing in the light, look around your face in different spots, and where the light hits, that's where you should be putting highlighter, because that's where you're highlighting on your face. And I will still use a highlighter even if I'm not contouring. I don't know if other people do that, but that's just, I don't know. So, okay. So I'm just going to do mascara really quick before Elisa does her lip, because then I'll be done with my eye. So I just used like an eyelash curler. I think I got this at Rite Aid. Put it on my eyelashes for like 15 seconds. This was my go-to forever. Like, I just picked this up at Walmart again today because I love this. This is like my favorite mascara in the entire world, and I hate straying from it. But I did buy like a better one, so I haven't been using this. So hopefully it still lives up to my like potential or my dreams or whatever, to my expectations, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Put a little bit on there. I'm not a person that likes that clumped look. That's why I like this mascara, because it doesn't really clump your eyes up. Look how natural that looks. I'll do it on the other side. So yeah, so comment things to us. Like I said, if we're ugly and you hate our looks, just tell us. We'll just be glad to not care what you think. So there was one coat, and then I'm just going to quickly go over again. I don't want to spend a lot of time on that. And then I do my bottom lashes, but I only do the outside of my bottom lashes. I don't do all the way in.
So lip wise, I don't really wear lipstick. I tend to go with lip stains, and so I have this. It is all glossed up, a hydrating lip stain, and is by Hard Candy. I think it is like $4 or something, another cheap product, and it just looks like a crayon kind of. And I just go across my lips with that, just adding nothing crazy of a color, like just a very natural, add a little bit more pink to my lips kind of. And then I just would go over that with a really cheap gloss. So I have, I think this is another Dollar Tree brand. It is a LA Colors lip gloss, another moisturizing lip gloss. And it is this darker, like more metallic-y kind of pink color. And I just add a little bit of that. And we'll do my top lip. And that's pretty much all I do.
That's just, I love it. I'm just gonna do a lipstick rather than a stain, although I agree with Elisa that, like, I do like a stain because, like she said, like, it's not, like, overpowering. It's not gonna make your lips, like, super pink. It's just gonna give it, like, a little bit of a tint.
And it helps moisturize it. I mean, sometimes, like, the matte lipstick trend that's going on, the liquid lipstick a lot of people are doing, I have worn those, and it just, like, cracks and peels, and it gets so gross, like, halfway through the night that it's just, I don't like it. I'd rather stick with a stain.
Yeah, if you're gonna use a matte lip, Kylie Cosmetics, highly recommend Kylie Cosmetics because they actually really do, like, the formula. I've tried other, like, matte lipsticks. The formula for Kylie's lipsticks are just, like, they, like, blow me out of the water. It is, like, so expensive to buy them. They're, like, $30 for one, for a lip kit, but, like, definitely worth the money, I will say that. But okay, so I'm just gonna use a lipstick. This is an old one that I bought. It's so funny because this is from the Maybelline Bold collection, and, like, look at the color. It's not really even bold. Like, it's like it's like purple, but I like this color because if you're not used to wearing lipstick and you're not used to, like, having color on your face, it's a muted color, so it's gonna just, like, look more natural. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of this on my lips. I love the color. And then I, like, suck at putting lipstick on, like, honestly. So after I put the color on, I just use my finger to kind of, like, rub it to the outline. I know, like, my grandma used to always tell me, like, blot on a paper towel. And I'm like, no, grandma. So, when I do that with a piece of toilet paper or something, it just, like, sticks to my lips, and I'm like, why? Why am I doing this? So, the color didn't really come on that evenly because, like I said, it's kind of an old lipstick. But, yeah, so this is my completed look. Elisa's completed looks. We'll link the products that we used, or at least, like, mention them somewhere in the comments. And, yeah, we want to hear your feedback. Tell us if you want to see something else from us. Tell me if I talked way too much and Elisa just kind of stood there, because that's, like, our relationship. And yeah, so we want to hear from you guys, and thanks for watching. We can't wait to do this again. Bye, guys. Bye.